GloryDaze. The best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With InsureMyVan.ie, the van insurance specialists. See how much you can save at InsureMyVan.ie.
Oh, hello. Welcome along, folks. Another GloryDaze PJ and Jim podcast. And actually, to be honest with you, right, I'm going to share something with you. As we're recording this, right, it's actually a Friday morning. We're a little bit late recording our podcast this week.
We are because, you know.
Well, I actually don't know why it is, but it doesn't matter.
My fault.
But the thing about it is, right, it's actually kind of significant because as we stand here talking rubbish, later on tonight we're going to be heading off to the Radio Awards, right? PJ and myself will be descending on Kilkenny and we'll be heading to the Radio Awards. And of course, one of the awards that we're nominated for is called Radio Moment of the Year.
Radio Moment of the Year, the most significant moment in radio
for that year.
For that year, for a full 12 months.
And the connection is this: is that the piece that's nominated is. Well, it started life originally on this very podcast.
Yes, it did. So it's effectively this podcast that's nominated.
Yeah.
And it's the only one we've ever done where we tried to not be funny.
Exactly.
Which shows that we've done 100 of these next week.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And we've only gotten one right, which shows it's a very strange way. It
does say something about it, all right.
It does,
we go on every week and we try and, be entertaining and have a laugh.
It's amazing.
And it's the one where we talk about...
It's the one where I come out and say, I didn't really want to live anymore. It's the one that everybody goes, that's brilliant.
Oh, great. Yeah. Give him an award for that.
That is the best one. Jim, keep asking him questions about how bad he felt. That's the one everyone likes.
So, there you go. Just a little tie-in for the day that's in it. It was this that spawned, potentially, the Radio Moment of the Year.
It will be.
Because we played it out in the radio.
It is lucky that we don't. If we were to win, which I mean, let's be honest, we're just hoping for a nice dinner out of this. But if we were to win, normally there would be speeches. Thankfully, they do in the radio, and you don't do them. You just stand for a picture or whatever. But it would be an unusual one, for us to suddenly give a speech because, I'd be like, I'd like to thank everyone for listening to my misery. And I'd like to thank Jim for questioning me relentlessly about my misery.
For sticking the knife in and poking it around a bit for everybody else's delectation.
I'd like to thank myself for exposing my misery. I'd like to thank Radio Nova for embracing my misery.
Actually, now that you say it is a bloody good job they don't allow speeches, isn't it?
Isn't it, yeah?
Because it would go on for days.
God,
it goes on forever as it is.
And let's face it, it's radio. I mean, some gobshites just can't hear, hear their own voice enough.
That's the last people you want to let give a speech is people on radio.
And I am one of them. Some of us don't know how to shut up. It's just the way it is.
At least you'd be a bit entertaining, though. At least you'd be, you'd be like stand-up of sorts.
I don't know.
Whereas, like some of them, you can only imagine if they, won an award and they, like the serious lads, the current affairs lads and all that.
Oh, definitely.
No, I'll tell you who's worse than that. The arts lads.
The arts ones,
lads got a hold of it. Oh,
that's the reason their awards are last, because nobody wants to listen to them, nobody wants to see them. It's like, and the award for most, the greatest poem read after midnight on a Saturday goes to... And it's like, and they always have triple barrel names. Arthur, Jeremy, Flutenman Guten Doyle. And they're like, thank you so much. I'd like to talk about... What I'll do is I'll start by reading it to you, too.
Yeah.
It's 15 verses. It would never end.
But
the night would never end.
Maybe they should do it. They should start doing it the way they do the Oscars, right? As in, there's loads of them, but a load of them don't make it to the telly.
That's
those ones. The ones that are happening in the background.
Exactly,
right, so they should just do the highlight ones, the big ones, and anything that features us, and then the rest of them. The other ones, whatever, I don't know.
Because they really give them
people
out
who twist sound engineers.
They really give them out. Who cares about them? Who gives a flying shit about them? Best making of an ad for Power City and all. Who gives a shit? I don't care. There's no one's gonna give us. No one cares. That's a. Do you know what that is? That's a participation medal. That's what that is.
Yeah. To all the people behind the mic. Or no, would it be in front of the mic?
Behind,
to the side of the mic.
To all the people at the side of the microphone. We're only just short of best radio listener in a car.
They should have they should have a listener award. That's what they should do.
Yeah.
And it just dawned on me now, actually, when we were talking about, you were saying about, obviously, best radio moment of the year is nominated, and it's spawned out of your misery, right? The thing is, here's the weird thing. We're nominated for a second award, right? And this particular award is for, it's like an on-air promotion or something. I can't remember the exact title. But again, it was spawned from PJ's misery.
My misery, yeah.
Because his beautiful mum passed away and we gave away our car.
And we gave away our car. So, I mean, the year that we get this is the first time we've been nominated for 2 awards, I think, right? And one of them was my depression, and the other one was the death of me ma. So, I mean, like, in fairness,
you're an award machine, aren't you?
I have to
an award machine.
Man, I'm going to lose a leg this year. You know what I mean? We're definitely going to win.
Next year, after all the shit with the babies, we're cleaning up.
Yeah, Jim's thinking to himself, it's a pity he didn't die. We'd have definitely won. Jim's thinking, if he can't...
All I'm saying is, right, it would have kind of been, you know the way, like, say when Elvis died, right, all of a sudden all his music was back in the charts. And I'm just saying, look, obviously, just if you had croaked it, I'm just saying it might have raised the listenership levels a bit. People might have tuned in to kind of hear, what was that show he used to work on?
Oh my God, so that's great. The less of me that's here, the more likely people you are to listen. It's not exactly something I'd like the bosses to hear, to be honest.
Well, we could have made a thing out of playing your best bits.
Your best bits.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, imagine, yeah. So for the next 10 minutes, here's PJ's best bits. Remembering his funniest moments for 30 seconds. Yeah.
So obviously we've gotten our careers completely wrong. This trying to be kind of entertaining.
Should have been serious,
light-hearted and everything. We should have been in there.
Should have gone for the jugular. Yeah. We should do something.
We should
tragic.
just go full Joe. What's his name?
Yeah, that's why.
Tell me about how bad was it? Yeah, was it terrible? Oh, were you now for like anywhere? Was it? Oh my God.
This is why, in a way, like Jim went for his full physical there. The 3 hours he was in the hospital, and it's such a shame. There's nothing wrong with him because, we would have really we could have got. If you had some sort of liver disease or an old heart attack in the post or something, we would have got a great half an hour out of it.
Yeah.
Even an old blood bit of poisoning or something. We'd have got something.
To get. I'm trying to think what category of awards that would fall into.
Yeah, and the thing is, we're both going deaf, but no one cares about that. There's no value in that. As far although it is, we could be there.
I think I often said that maybe the only time I'd ever get any recognition at the Radio Awards is that, that section where they recount or remember rather all of the people that we've sadly lost from the industry that year.
And most of the time you go, I don't remember him. Who's that? I don't know who that is.
But I often thought that, getting my name on that wall is probably the only chance I really had.
Yeah. And I'll be there.
That's a terrible outlook.
I'll be there. Oh, what was his name again?
You worked with him for years. Yeah. Wasn't it Paul lad?
What
was his name again?
Your man, McCabe, something like that. Was it
Jim McCann, was it? Oh no, he was a singer.
Jim McCann, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's terrible. I should be careful what I wish for.
Mind you,
I'll be dead now and everyone will be looking at me going, they'll see my picture on the wall and go, he didn't even deserve to be up there. Hated that lad.
The other thing I was just thinking about that is it'd be just my luck if that did happen, right? So I pop me clogs and I'm finally going to get recognised at the Radio Awards. I'm going to be up on the wall of death or whatever I don't know what the official thing is called, but anyway. So and it'd be just my luck that similar to the way you talk about my funeral, I won't even get my own name up on it. It'll be up as PJ Gallagher's friend or PJ Gallagher's co-host.
Yeah, we're always
I won't even get named.
Yeah. Be up there. PJ Gallagher was devastated to hear of the death of Jim McCabe. McCabe. Yeah.
Shocking. Carry on.
I'll be there. That's why I'm going to wear a dicky bow to your funeral, not a black tie, because it'll be like winning an award,
Yeah. You might break out that white jacket.
Oh yeah, the white jacket. Yeah. I'll be like
because it's the podcast now. We can tell people that in fairness, when we went down to the brilliant Louis Copeland and got fitted out for the awards.
You want to see? We went down to Louis Copeland and he gave us the suit, and we were like, we're all dickied up and dressed up, and we did the picture and all. We're in our socks. It looks a bit stupid, but we did the thing. We thought we looked all right. I was looking at Jim thinking, I tell you something, he scrubs up all right. And then he was, I don't know what he was thinking looking at me. To be honest, he never said, but I presume it was the same. And then we looked at the pictures of ourselves dressed up today. and we had basically an old man off against each other.
Yeah.
Jim was like, look at the state
I
of
know,
me.
yeah. No, but in fairness, in that photo, I do look like a dad that is with his son getting fitted before the son's wedding.
I thought you
I
looked
look
very
like
well.
your dad in it. I hadn't shaved that day, so I have this weird ready brick glow of grey hair all around me face.
I thought you looked really well. On the other hand, I think I look literally like a fella who's nominated for winning an award for his depression. You know, I'm in character there, you know. Like, I literally look like that.
You see, the point
The
I was going to
dicky
make
bow and
was...
all me beard and me belly bursting through the jacket. And me socks and all.
In fairness, the lad Colin was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant for us. But his first suggestion for PJ was this cream jacket.
Yeah, you want to see,
So-
put me in this cream jacket. I was very
tell you,
uncomfortable.
I was just going to say, I've never seen a bloke look more uncomfortable.
Yeah,
in a jacket.
I was
ever.
thinking about it.
It
but
was
then,
like putting a jacket on a cat. It was just you were like, this isn't right.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, that's exactly what, you know, when you put a jacket on a cat or a dog that has like a
An
woolly
outfit
hat on
on.
him or something, it just doesn't, yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I was feeling real awkward, going, geez, I'd really stick out, and I'd be like, oh, I don't know. And the other guy in the shop goes, he says to me, listen, any doubt in your mind, don't wear it. You want to be able to walk around like you own the place. So no doubt. And I was there, okay, yeah, I'm not going to wear it. Then Clint goes, I'll wear it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, there's the confidence.
That's the
the
difference.
confidence I wish I had.
That's the difference.
That's the confidence I wish I had. Clint was, get one of my size, I'll wear it.
Yeah.
And then he didn't have one.
By the way, have you anything with lights on it?
Yeah. And then they didn't have one in his size because, you know, he's a normal shape.
Oh,
have you had
very
with lights
good.
on it? Yeah, that's it, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah. I tell you something. Clint would walk in with a cape.
Yeah.
If he was
Clint would be
given
there
half
with-
a
wait, you see him.
chance.
He'll be there in his high-heeled white leather boots and a cane. Tonight. Not a bother on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be there, yeah. Out of my way, motherfucker!
doing his gangster walk down.
Yeah. Goldfish in the platforms. Yeah. Look at the whole. Look at
$1 million,
he will.
He obviously assumed, similar to, like, I'm sure a lot of people do this, but the guy putting the white jacket on, he obviously assumed that you're larger than life. And that you'd want to be sort of like, a bit out there, a bit different, a bit sort of, hey, you look at me.
Yeah, but I'm not really
Not
like
at
that.
all.
No,
Not at all.
I'm not really like that at all. Like,
Yeah.
no, I like to blend in as much as possible. Like,
Hide is another word.
yeah, hide, yeah. That's why I like wearing jerseys at football matches. We're all dressed the same.
Yeah.
Everybody's dressed the same.
I think there's a great joy in that, isn't there?
Yeah.
Feeling part of the masses.
Feeling part, yeah. Just being another face in the crowd, you know.
Exactly, yeah, lot to be said for it.
Lots to be said for it.
Yeah.
I say that now. Wait till you get jarred tonight. We won't win and I'll be there. That's a joke. Oh, where's our moment in the sun? Jay, all of this effort.
Yeah,
What are they going to
standing
do
on the
now?
table, Joe.
Show us a collage of the dead.
F you.
Ah! Imagine you were that kind of an arse. They're out there.
Oh, man.
They're definitely out there.
We'll find them, I tell you. We'll find them. Anyway, listen, I tell you what, we're going to get stuck into our best bits because we actually have a bumper crop this week, to be fair. It was a cracking week on Morning Glory, and we've got some of the bits for you to have a listen to over the next little while or whatever. We were talking about words, right, that had been kind of inducted into the dictionary, weren't we? At the start of the
that's
week.
right. Yeah, words and new words about everything.
Yeah. And
Stuff that we just don't get. To be
It
honest.
all got a bit. Well, it started off being a bit flirty. I can't remember where it went after that, but
Yeah, I can't either. Yeah. I got stuck on the dirty stuff as well. Yeah.
I'll have a listen to it. Also, of course, speaking of things getting a bit flirty and a bit steady now, PJ had a procedure during the week as well, and we had to discuss it in the aftermath.
We did, yeah. The aftermath of it, yeah.
I'm not sure the people involved in that profession will be particularly happy with your post-op description.
No, I think if you listen to my description of what happened afterwards, you may be keeping your own stones for a little while longer. But yeah, there you go.
Considering that somebody wanted to know, were you talking about the snip or were you talking about getting guttering fitted?
I know. One and the same. Not a flair for the dramatic I may have.
And also, if you think that academia is not for you, if you think maybe, you weren't somebody who was inclined towards, I don't know, school and education and all that, well, I tell you, it's very different now. You can get yourself a magic degree.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So, I tell you, that could be...
A whole new set of qualifications.
That could be on the cards for us. And obviously, with PJ's parenting journey, I keep saying that journey. I can't resist that anymore now. Everybody's on a fucking journey.
Everyone's on a journey. Everyone's on a journey.
You can't just be a dad, no. You have to be on a journey.
Can't just be a crap dad. You have to be on a journey.
Anyway, with his parenting thing starting off, we take every opportunity we get to give him a little bit of advice and apparently shouting at kids. And let's face it, shouting is something you're very good at.
Well, yeah, I think so, yeah. And they're saying now shouting at kids is as bad as hitting kids. Well, we beg to...
As a kid who was hit, I don't know about that.
Yeah. As someone who got a few slaps every so often, I have a little bit to say about it.
So we've all of that, and we also had a brilliant reaction to this. The great Al Foran was in with us, fabulous impressionist or whatever, and he was in with us. And we just got such a good reaction. We said, "What the heck? Let's lash it on again and let people have another listen to it." So check all of that out. We'll talk to you in a few minutes.
GloryDaze. The best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With InsureMyVan.ie, the van insurance specialists. See how much you can save at InsureMyVan.ie.
Flirtationship has now made it in. Flirtationship is an official word in the English language according to the Oxford Dictionary.
Right.
Flirtationship, for those that wouldn't know, it's when you have a very sort of will they, won't they, I suppose, type of, they get on very well, maybe in the workplace, but it never actually
doesn't go anywhere.
Anything. No, it's just, it's a bit of entertainment for everybody involved, but it never actually ends with a friendship or anything like that, or even with a now holding of a hand. Nothing like that happens. It's just, you know it when you see it. I was in one of them
an unacted upon kind of
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
You never act on it. No, it's just like, I just look at you when you go and get a sandwich or something, and yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And you might be thinking to yourself, geez, if I was in a different life, maybe I'd do a kiss on the face, but I'm not, so I'll leave it at that.
It's a fair assessment of it.
Yeah, so that's your flirtationship, and then there's other spidey senses is actually now going in as well.
Now that's
which is gas, isn't it?
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, spidey senses. Yeah, my spidey senses are tingling. Now you can say that and say you're speaking English proper.
That used to be nerd speak.
Nerd speak, yeah.
Your spidey senses were tingling.
My spidey senses are tingling, yeah. I know, it's
and now that's a recognised phrase for whatever, a sense of something.
And here's a simp.
What?
Simp. S-I-M-P has gone in.
Is it rude?
Not rude.
Is it derogatory?
Yes.
If you called me a simp, would it not be a very nice thing?
Okay. Are you a simp? I'll ask you. Are you a simp? So a simp is to be excessively attentive or submissive to someone.
Oh, I probably am that.
So like if you do everything, you're under the thumb, I guess.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm a full blown simp.
Oh right, are you? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That'd be me.
And you'd be doing you'd be a real licky bum around with the whole thing, would you?
A licky bum.
Yeah, would you be a real that? Would you be like that? Yeah.
Is that? Do you have to be that to be a simp? I mean, can you have
it? It says excessively attentive. Yeah.
But can you have a grumble about it, but still be?
No, I suppose you could. I suppose, yeah.
Can you be a simp with a bad heart?
Yeah, I suppose you could be a simp with a bad heart. You could be a simp activity might be, everything I do, and they still just say I'm useless and everything, or they still don't give me the Frenchie and or they still don't let me have all the ice creams out the shop that I want to.
Right.
Yeah, I do everything for her, and all I did was shoplift a few cream eggs, and she ratted on me. So I guess it could be a simp and have a grumble about it at the same time.
Oh yeah, no, I'll take that. I'll take a simp. Yeah. I'll be a simp. Is there anything else that might be?
There's the Freshers flu is another one that's got into the dictionary this week.
Freshers flu.
Yeah, so it's basically a hangover. You start college. You go off on a mad one party and then the whole lot, and then you can't make your classes or you go missing and apparently you have the flu.
Flu has become like a thing for so many fake. You know what I mean? Remember there was the blue flu when, the guards went on strike.
Yeah,
remember
that's right, yes. They're talking about doing that again.
The Drew flu, they're calling it now.
Oh, the Drew flu.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
when they'll do that.
Because they don't like him,
and so it's almost like become a kind of and now you've got a Freshers flu, which is just it's like a fake flu for a hangover.
Yeah. And then next thing there'll be the simp flu.
Now if you ever actually have a flu, nobody's going to believe you anyway. Oh, yeah. What are you striking about now? No, I genuinely am not well.
No. Yeah, no, he's just not allowed to go to work. He's such a simp.
GloryDaze. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
Snip. I got done yesterday. I got done. I got me pencil unleaded, me rifle decommissioned, me boiler
Wow.
strips,
So
whatever
was
you
it-
say.
Most importantly, was it painless?
It was not painless. It was
What?
almost painless. It was like, honestly, 99% painless. There's two little darts, you feel.
Which vet did you go to?
Well,
Anyway,
I went to,
so it was
up the ISPCA, they did it for free. But they had to put a chip in the back of my neck.
Standing outside Dogs Trust going, yeah, no, just whenever you're ready.
I put a chip in the back of my neck, owned by Jim McCabe. If found, please
return
phone.
to Radio Nova. So it was quick and, well, okay. So when you say pain, not fully painless.
Not fully painless, but almost. I'm being a real, like...
On a scale of 1 to 10.
You're talking like it's a 2 even. A 2. Yeah, just a snip. You literally hear snip, snip. And I don't even think that's the snip. I think that's just the anaesthetic going in.
Right. I thought we established there was no
totally
snip.
painless.
I thought it was more of a singe.
Yeah, it's more of a singe. Yeah, there was no snip. Yeah, it's a singe. It's a weird. They do this yoke. I don't know what he's doing. I thought he was welding down there. There was smoke and all coming out.
Did you drop down the big mask and all?
Yeah, funny glasses on, and there was all smoke coming up. I was there smelling that. What in the...
Smoke?
Yeah, I swear to God, it was like he was welding or something. I was there, is he welding it shut or what's he doing? I wasn't going to ask in case he, And there's two different places he goes in. I thought it was all underneath the, I thought it was all underneath your satchel, and then...
right, under your sporran.
Yeah, but it's a little bit on top of your sporran as well, and underneath your... underneath the wavin, if you know what I mean. So there's a little bit in there as well.
Wow.
So there's a lot goes on, really.
Right.
And I felt totally grand.
Were you you were obviously wide awake for it all.
Wide awake,
Was there did any numbing go on?
Numbing? Yeah, there's a lot of numbing, yeah.
Right.
Oh, jeez, yeah, there's a lot of numbing. Yeah. And then
That's all right. And where, do they numb us with a needle, or do they numb us with just a rubby of the ointment?
I don't know. It's very hard to see now at the angles,
Why? Because you had your head back and your eyes closed.
I had my head back. And
tell me when it's over.
Yeah, I was looking at the tiles. All I was doing was listening. And then I saw the smoke and all. I was like, mother of jade, what is going on down there? What is actually going on down there?
Wow.
And he's asking me all about motorbikes and all. And then he goes,
motorbikes?
Yeah, trying to change the subject, I suppose. It's very awkward when a man has your business in his hand and he's trying to work and you're trying to
Especially when there's smoke coming out of it.
Yeah, and then and there's a bit of plastic holds the... A little bit of plastic holds the willy out of the way, so because it could be flopping if you jumped or anything,
Right,
and then,
you'd have to be careful.
Yeah, so that's all. So everything's all sort of tied up a little bit, and then he's saying, "How are you getting home?" I says, "Oh, I'll ride the motorbike," and he's there halfway. "Oh, you're riding a motorbike?" I was there, yeah. And he goes,
You should have probably mentioned that.
He was there. You shouldn't really be riding a motorbike after this. I was there. Don't worry. It's it's comfortable old seat and it's like a car seat.
And did you get proper post care? As in, did they bring you toast and tea?
No, he didn't get any of that. He told me to go across the road and buy some.
Buy your own.
He says, "Don't you be getting on that bike or driving or anything for at least a half an hour afterwards. So you have to go over and get some."
Did you have to wait till the numbness wore off?
No, it's weird when the numbness...
Were you walking funny?
I was a little bit, yeah. After when the numbness wore off, I was walking a bit funny, yeah.
Were you?
Everything just felt a little bit heavy or a little bit twisted,
Right.
No pain now or anything.
Yeah.
Just a little sort of... As it does today, there's a sort of... You're walking.
Would you recommend it?
Walking with a wider stance, It'll be that way for a week, I think. Yeah.
Are you still wearing your very tight pants?
I still wear my very tight pants, yeah.
Right.
You need something to hold things...
together.
Yeah,
Keep
you
it together,
I don't
PJ.
want that
Keep it
weld
together.
to come off. Whatever it was. It's a mad experience though, because
Yeah.
he does he probably does 15 of them a day, so he can just tear through them,
Well, hopefully tear is
Well,
not
yeah,
the description I'd like
You know
to
what I
hear,
mean?
to
He
be
just
honest with you.
tears them off and puts them in the bin.
You won't need them anymore.
There you go, out you go.
That'll do.
There you go.
Do you want your tonsils done while I'm here?
Oh God.
And is it was it a clinic, a hospital, or was it?
It's a clinic,
Is
yeah.
it a shed or a?
No, it's a clinic. It was a proper clinic, yeah.
Was it?
And then I
wasn't sure because the way, I know you were saying there's a lot of financial pressure at the moment with the kids. I thought you might have gone for the budget option.
Yeah, I would have. I definitely would have. The thing was, I went in and he goes, "Now, just before we do this, are you absolutely sure?" I was there. "Oh, I'm sure."
Yeah.
And then he goes, "And it's just that your partner, she's only 33. Is she sure?" And I was there. "She can do whatever she wants. I'm pulling these things off, and this is going in the bin. I'm done."
GloryDaze. The best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With InsureMyVan.ie, the van insurance specialists. See how much you can save at InsureMyVan.ie.
The University of Exeter are now doing a degree in magic, so you can go to college and be
Harry Potter.
essentially, you could. It's sort of like Harry Potter-esque, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's more wizards than magicians.
Oh,
but-
well, excuse me.
Yeah,
for not
there is
being-
a difference, Jim. I mean, keep up, will you? You know.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
wizards
yeah.
would be
There's
much
me
more
confusing my wizardrying with my magic.
Yeah, and wizards
stuff.
don't do sleight of hands; they do real magic. It's a sort of a different thing.
Sorry.
Yeah. But you can do it. It's in the occult. There's a history and sciences of the occult, and they call it a flexible degree. It would have to be, wouldn't it? You'd be coming out of it a professional, college-educated magic person, I guess. Magician, even.
Wow.
I mean, it's a grand thing to do if you're interested in, I suppose, spending your 4 years doing that, but makes for an interesting job interview afterwards, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, what makes you qualified for this job? Well, first of all, I would like to show you the rabbit in my pocket.
It is a bit of a weird one, yeah. Mind you, particularly for that.
Are you a team player? Well, are you a team player? Pick a card. Any card.
Yeah. Or that classic one about where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Bear with me a second. I'm seeing a train.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a train and a tree. You're standing by the tree.
Yeah. You know, you can kind of do degrees in all kinds of things at the moment.
But if having it's, in terms of a job, you didn't need to get, magicians do learn their magic and they go and they become magicians. They just do it. It's kind of a weird,
it's
why are you going to be asked if you, in future, before you go and do a 10-year-old's birthday party in the Red Cow?
Can I see your...
Have you got a degree?
What you get in your leaving cert? He turns up, excuse me?
What?
Yeah, well, yeah. I got a C in balloon animals, but I got an A in making things disappear.
You see that now? That would be good, yeah.
Yeah. It's just we really like balloon animals.
I failed sawing people in half, but probably best not to talk about that.
Yeah.
It was very messy. But
that was messy, but I'm great with the card tricks. Really good with the card tricks.
It is
and I got a few jokes.
You know what I mean? They're going to teach you, effectively what the magic circle do, I suppose. Is it?
I really don't. Yeah, I guess so, but it comes with all the history of magic and everything.
Oh, is that
one?
Right.
You get a load of that as well, which is something that, to be honest,
Scary, huh?
when you're watching magicians, you don't care.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do it. You know the way sometimes they go, this trick was first performed by Leonardo da Vinci or some other famous magician way back in 1713.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, so,
wow.
when he made the Mona Lisa disappear from a box. And now we will do it today, live. They do all that sort of stuff, which is fine.
Yeah.
But, the last thing you want is, this trick was created by Leonardo da Vinci when he was walking down the street and he had, you don't want to know too much.
The one thing about it is, where is it being, what's the college? Who's offering it?
It's the University of Exeter.
Yeah.
So it's over in England.
Because it would be, it'd be great if it was a sort of a Hogwarts-esque kind of a place.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. But instead, I imagine you get a C in, your card tricks, and then you start crying, and you just pulling 27 hankies out of your pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
To try and, it's like
there's nothing you want to eat in the canteen, so you just magic up a carrot.
You go to the canteen, you go to pay with cash, but a canary flies out, a dove.
GloryDaze. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
There's new studies now coming from the UK that say that yelling or shouting at your kids, like raising your voice to your kids, has the same effect on them as hitting them. So you should never do it. You should never raise your voice, they're saying, because it has the same effect. It means that they can fall into substance abuse and,
from shouting, get away from that.
Depression, obesity,
You'll
even
hurt
engaging
yourself.
in criminal acts, it says. All of that can happen.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, of course, if you grow up in a house where people are screaming and shouting all the time, it's going to have a very detrimental effect. But if I see my young lad running towards the stairs holding a butter knife, I'm going to be going, stop, you bloody idiot!
Yeah.
Stop it!
Because whispering that, or the softly approach to that is not necessarily going to work.
Milo, I need you to think about what you're doing. Do you really think this is a safe situation that you are putting yourself in?
Exactly.
Can you sit down and talk?
What are you going to do? Do you have to speak to him in that sort of weird American accent?
Well, that's just my
Is that all he understands?
Well, he doesn't understand that yet, but I don't know why I did that accent.
Yeah, that'll be weird.
That would send him into a knife of criminal activity. Yeah.
Because on one side you'd have Kelly going, Why are you doing that? Why are you speaking to him that way? And you're going, because I have to.
Yeah, because I want to sound like you. I think we should both talk to him in a weird American way.
Yeah, why do you have to be Dr. Phil to raise your kids?
I don't know, imagine. Yeah.
When you say to him,
yeah,
don't run towards the stairs.
Don't you understand? Every time you run towards the stairs with a knife, you're in danger of ruining your life.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I
honest
agree.
to God.
Obviously, the emphasis of it makes sense. Of course, you shouldn't be screaming
and rolling at them all the time.
And that sort of angry.
But for God's sake.
But I mean, there must be times when...
Of course there is. There's loads of times you should be shouting at them. Loads of times.
I wouldn't quite say shouting at them, but
get that cigarette lighter away from her hair. Seriously.
Yeah.
How many times do I have to tell you?
Stop punching your sister.
Yeah. If you don't pull her head. There's no way a parent, any parent, no matter how hippie you are, has gotten through their lives without raising their voice at least a handful of times. There's no way.
I mean, even as you said, in the interest of the child's own safety, from the point of view, not touching something that's going to hurt them and stuff like that. Surely
stop running into the sea.
GloryDaze, the best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With InsureMyVan.ie, the van insurance specialists. See how much you can save at InsureMyVan.ie.
As promised, we have been joined by the brilliant Al Foran. Al, welcome.
Good to have you, man.
Hello, lads. How are you?
Good to see you. You look well.
Yeah,
things are
thank
flying.
you.
Fatherhood is obviously suiting you a lot better than my buddy over here.
No,
he's been at it a while. He's on his second for he's got practice. Yeah.
Bit of experience. But it's still, listen, it's always hard.
Yeah.
It's always tough. It's
man.
tough, but it's lovely, isn't it?
No.
Yeah. By the way, if you thought you were going to get any sort of love in here on the fatherhood thing, now PJ has a different angle.
Fast forward, I'd like to do a bit,
Come here. It's good to see you, and obviously we're going to talk about the reason Al is with us, right? Is because of a great night that's coming up, 3rd of November. It's in the Portmarnock Sports and Leisure Club. We're going to be talking about that. It's a night with ex Man United legend Andy Cole, and of course you're famously, apart from being renowned for your impression and all that sort of stuff, if you've been lucky enough to ever see Al live, or if you follow his socials, he's one of the absolute best around. But you're also famously a Man United supporter, which I assume means you're in a current state of depression, are you?
Yeah. Look, what can you do?
It's been so grim, hasn't it?
It's been grim.
Yeah.
And like the only solution to it is if the owners sell, and there just needs to be a cultural reset at the club.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that.
Yeah. Because, obviously, I assume from your point of view, like there, for example, was it yesterday, the day before, the Netflix Beckham series launched?
Series, yeah.
I mean, they're the days you'd want to be involved in.
I know, yeah.
Beckham and crew.
I haven't watched it yet. I've seen the trailer.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be depressed after the game.
I know, yeah.
I'm like looking back at the glory days.
Look, straight after the Galatasaray.
I know,
I know.
Yeah.
Just being reminded of how it used to be.
Yeah.
But
I assume Beckham would have a very different perspective on.
Yeah, well, it's been a tough season so far. I mean, you've got to look at some of the players. I mean, are they worth the wages that they're on? The manager's getting a lot of scrutiny, but it really does come from above, and that's it.
That's amazing.
Truthfully.
Do you know what I just realised? Actually, this is the first time
I got the permission from Victoria to come in here this morning, so it's great.
It's when you do this on radio, right? Because I'm used to seeing you on your socials and stuff as well, and you're physically there. But for people listening on radio, when there's the
accuracy, it's unbelievable.
They just see David Beckham.
But you know what the weird thing is, and I always say this, when you learn the voice of the impression, the mannerisms come automatically with it. It's strange. It's not like a step-by-step process. So you're doing the voice, and you actually kind of mould into the person, into the character, in a sense. It's mad, and so I can't explain it.
It's part acting as well as everything else.
Yeah. There's a methodical approach to it. Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to ask you about as well in relation to it is whatever about doing impersonations and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's when you're in front of the person that you're actually doing an impersonation of.
Yeah.
And I've seen you doing it a couple of times. One was with Jamie Carragher.
Yeah.
I mean, when Carragher was having... I mean, what is it like when somebody's kind of... You're thinking, this is the person I'm sort of taking a piss out of.
I don't know, I don't know what he thought of it, to be honest with you. Because obviously last season was great, and he called out Lisandro Martinez, who was the centre-back for Manchester United. He said he was too small for the Premier League, but do you know what I mean? Look at him now, do you know what I mean? He's not having a very good season so far, so... do you know, so... I don't know, mate. Truthfully, I don't.
How did Carragher react? I mean, on screen, like when I saw the clip, he reacted well.
He's great. He reacted so well to it. Like he was grand. You know,
there's no problem. Like there's
no issues at all.
Yeah.
Did they feel uncomfortable or anything? No, it's like
I don't. They might do, but they don't.
They don't show it. Yeah, they're not going to show it. Are they?
Show it to me.
And the other one as well, I have to say that it struck me on, because it's one of my favourite ones of yours, right? And the fact that you did it in front of the guy himself, I thought was absolutely incredible, which is the Tyson Fury stuff. Yeah. I mean, you spent so much time with him and the whole crew, his father and the whole gang. Yeah. It was an incredible... That was in the documentary, wasn't it?
It was in the documentary, yeah, because I would... be a part of his shows in the UK, and he would do like a couple of shows, like 6 or 7 shows in the UK, and I'd be on before John, his dad, and then he'd be the main event. Yeah. So we were like a travelling band, really. You know, it was great, and it was class.
And what was his reaction when you first did the impression in front of him?
Oh, he was...
Or I assume he'd seen it. Had he online? And
he'd seen it online, 100%. That's what he'd seen. When you mention a name, I've got to go into it. And that's it, he did, he enjoyed it, 100%. Get up! Well, that was it. Do you know, and I've been doing the impression in front of him. He prompts me to do it all the time. And then I did his dad, I was more scared doing his dad. I don't hear what you're doing, Big John. You have to talk like that. You bang the table and you say, there's no man on the planet that can beat my son. He's the greatest fighting man you'll ever see in your entire life. And then, of course, you do Tommy as well, and he's like the opposite end of the impression side. So, yeah, like David Beckham, I've got the permission from Molly May to be in here.
It's incredible. I mean, the Tyson Fury stuff is just...
It's just so odd. It's just so on point.
I love it. It's one of my absolute favourites, I have to say. Come here, listen, we should talk a little bit about the show.
Yes,
please.
Please.
The thing about it is, right, so bear in mind, so it's the 3rd of November, okay? It's happening in the Portmarnock Sports and Leisure Club, and it is an evening with ex-Manchester United
Iconic
legend.
Promotions is the events company, so we've come together. We've one show under our belt. We had Harry Redknapp in the same venue in April, and it was a fantastic night.
That's a show. Harry Redknapp himself.
He was fantastic. He was unbelievable. He stayed on the following day, played a bit of golf with him. We went for a meal with him.
Brilliant.
He had story after story after story. So we have a little bit of experience now in doing a show with Harry. So we're looking forward to bringing Andy.
So if people want to get tickets, Eventbrite is the place to go. I say Iconic Promotions.
That's the name of the company, Iconic Promotions.
Okay, and it's an evening with Andy Cole, basically. That's what you can look up.
And we've Danny O'Brien, the comedian, on the night. I'm the MC, by the way. Yeah. So I'll be the MC on the night. And Alan Cawley as well of RTE Sports. Alan will be interviewing Andy on the night. Yeah. So, and there's an auction and raffle. Yeah,
and there's a few options as well. Like if you want meet and greet and photo and stuff, you can do that. It's not just the general admission. There's add-ons and things.
Yeah, there's 2 options. There's the general option, and then you have the option of the meet and greet photo, and you also get an authentic 1999 Champions League treble winning jersey signed by the man himself.
That's impressive.
Pretty great.
I mean, obviously for United fans, it's going to be huge. But I'm assuming if, like, as you said with the Harry Redknapp thing, if you're just a football fan in general, the stories are going to come from everywhere. If you have any interest in it at all.
Yeah, Andy will have a couple of stories because I have done gigs with him before. Yeah. And he's got a couple of great Cantona stories and Fergie stories as well.
Of course,
so that's it. It was a very interesting period of time.
Yeah.
As for Manchester United fans. So, he'll have some great stories.
It should be a great night. So, as I say, Eventbrite, if you want to go and check it out. Iconic Promotions, and it's Portmarnock Sports and Leisure Club. But before we let you go, we've got to ask you about a few, because you've gotten into a bit of the acting thing as well, haven't you? Yeah.
I was in a thing this summer for the BBC. It was it's called Borders. It's coming out in spring 24.
Right.
And basically, it's about 5 black youths from an underprivileged area in London. They're highly intelligent and they get this scholarship for this high-end boarding school in Bristol. And I play the school porter in it.
Wow.
So, but it was such a blast recording it, filming it over the summer.
So would it be? Would you? I suppose, as you were saying earlier on, when you have to inhabit the character when you're doing an impersonation, the acting is in there, kind of. It's somewhat.
Yeah,
isn't
it is. I learned a lot though. I won't lie, because it was my first proper gig acting, and you probably know this, PJ. You have to kind of slow things down a little bit, don't you?
Well, yeah, I do anyway.
Yeah. That's what one of the directors said. He just said, just slow it down. You're doing great, but just take it slowly.
Wow.
You know, don't put too much pressure on yourself to.
So, but that might be a potential future avenue, maybe as well. Yeah, who knows?
You're
open to offers.
Yeah,
Just open to everything, really.
Open to everything. 100%.
Come here, listen. The other thing, because I'm sorry, but we are going to have to milk you while we have you.
That's fine.
And there's so much going on at the moment. Obviously, one of the big things around at the minute for across the nation is how well the rugby lads are going.
Yeah.
In fairness, are you I know you're an avid football fan, but are you into the rugby at all?
No. Listen, I'll hop on the bandwagon. Absolutely. How terrible Man United are at the moment. It's great.
So you'd have a take on the.
I'd have a bit of Rog in there. Yeah.
A bit of Ron O'Gara. All right. Not a French one, is it?
No, just a normal one, really. But as you can tell, I'm absolutely ecstatic about how they're playing and delighted for Johnny Sexton.
Of course, yeah.
He's doing great, isn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't he break one of my records, didn't he? He's a lovely lad, isn't he?
And of course, we all miss a bit of George Hook's version of. You don't get to hear from George anymore. Sure, you don't on the old rugby.
Well, it would be great if you did, because truthfully, this Irish team are absolutely unstoppable at the moment. Absolutely no team on the planet can stop this Irish rugby team.
Wow.
Oh,
but I have to ask you as well, do you ever have a favourite in among all these? Because the list is endless. Is there ever one that's kind of like has always been your particular favourite? Or
the crowd pleaser, if I'm doing a gig, would like be an Eddie Murphy. You know, so when you do an Eddie Murphy, man, you bring the energy, you have a little bit, you know what I mean? We here in the morning and it's great, you know what I mean? I have my morning coffee, I'm feeling good, you know? But then, there's always a new one, a new one is Christopher Walken, and I've learned, you know, you're talking like that all the time. Great to be here. The Nova Studios. It's great, you know. I can't wrap my head around the Nova noise. It's getting at me too much. I'm listening from New York.
Oh my God. Somebody's actually just WhatsApped in jokingly to say get him to do an impression of you guys, but to be fair, there is a weird twist to that. You're going to be, this is interesting because we didn't know this, right? But apparently you have an impersonation of a Nova presenter.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. It's our legendary Pat Courtney, which I'm intrigued because before you do it, right? PJ, you do a sort of our version.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's accuracy, but it's more of the Pat Courtney show, which goes bling ding bling. Yabby dabba doo.
Well, if I do the impression, can you add the noise then?
Yeah. You can do the sound effects. Yeah.
Okay.
Here we are, Radio Nova with Pat Courtney here in the morning, here with PJ and Jim. And Andy Cole is coming to the Palmolive Sports and Leisure Centre. 3rd of November. Unbelievable. PJ, play the noise. Radio Nova. Pat Courtney.
What a completely
Dire Straits next.
surreal experience that was.
I love Pat. Pat's a legend, by the way.
Great.
And if he needs me to fill in from any time, I'd absolutely, it'd be my honour.
You're always welcome. I have to say, absolutely one of the best. I love all the social stuff.
Love it, yeah. I
particularly love, you know, when you do those 60-second kind of people just fire names.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Across it all, the Hollywood stuff, the sports stuff, it's just incredible. And as I say, and the podcast, of course, you got the new podcast on the go, which is fantastic.
Yeah, we've got the podcast over at Go Loud, The United Way, myself and Damien Broderick. And it's going well. Like, we're just in every weekend and we're just kind of in a band.
Consoling each other. together.
Yeah.
Constantly, but yeah, it's going well, you know, and hopefully we get one of yous on as well. We'd be more than happy to have yous on.
There you go, PJ. You
share the misery with us.
You've nothing to do, and you're always looking for an excuse to get away from the kids.
Yeah, I've actually got I can find an hour.
Brilliant. Right, now listen, the reason Al was with us, of course, is you can go and check it out for yourself. It's going to be a fantastic night. It is the evening with ex-Manchester United hero Andy Cole, of course, legend of that whole 1999 era and everything that went around it. So Portmarnock Sports and Leisure Club, 3rd of November is the date. Eventbrite, if you look up iconic promotions that evening with Andy Cole, and there's all sorts of general admission options and extras that you can add on to it. It's going to be a fantastic night. The great Al Foran's going to be emceeing on the night, and there's loads of other bits and pieces. Al, always a pleasure.
Yeah,
you're
thanks
welcome.
so much. I really appreciate it.
Drop by some more. Drop by some more.
I'd love to.
Yeah,
100%.
if there's nothing going on, like, or you just want to get in out with a cold, anything at all.
I'd be more than happy to, lads. 100%.
Great seeing you, buddy.
See you later.
Cheers, lads.
Glory Days. The best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With InsureMyVan.ie, the van insurance specialists. See how much you can save at InsureMyVan.ie.
Right, there you go. Another one in the bag. The next one is 100.
100th
Are
episode.
we doing this 100 times?
And it's lined up perfectly. Next time we do this podcast, we will either be award-winning podcast.
That's right.
Or 100 episodes of meant absolutely nothing to anyone.
Wasted all that time.
100 weeks of talking shit for no reason, or award-winning podcast. So there's a lot to ride on our 100th episode.
Yeah. I know which side I'd place the money on, to be honest with you, if I was betting.
Well, it's a 99 to 1 shot. So I know where I'm betting.
You've been listening to Glory Days, the best of Radio Nova's Morning Glory with PJ and Jim. Catch the show live weekdays 6 to 10 on FM, online at nova.ie, or on the Nova app.